Hi, my name is Mautinoa Maifea Fetu, and this is my son Star. Recently, we tested positive for COVID-19. It all started when we had to go to Liverpool Hospital for a foot infection, and we both had to get tested, and my son came back positive and I came back negative. We both had to stay in Liverpool Hospital for about 4 days for them to treat my son's infected foot. The doctors notified me that I would most likely catch COVID from being in the COVID ward that we were in. And we did. We went home and got tested. Before we went home, we got tested, and we both came back positive. So we had to self-isolate for 14 days at home. Before leaving Liverpool Hospital, I told my parents that we would have to self-isolate at home. They had our room prepared for us, a separate room, separate bathroom. They also had a COVID kit prepared for us, which had all the essential stuff that we needed to get through 14 days of isolation. Before my son got tested, he had no symptoms at all. After he tested positive, he still had no symptoms. But I started getting symptoms maybe the third day from when he tested positive. I felt lightheaded, my muscles were aching, and I was a bit tired. And after we both tested positive, those symptoms still was the same with me, but my son still had no symptoms at all. I would be out of breath sometimes, but not as bad. We didn't need to go to hospital for any symptoms. It was treatable at home. We also got calls from New South Wales Health every day saying if we were okay, if we needed any medical attention, any food. We also got calls from Children's Hospital for my son, see if his symptoms were getting worse or anything, any changes. We also got calls from the police asking if we were okay, if we needed anything. They also came round to see if we were okay and if we were still in isolation. My advice for everyone out there is to get tested if you feel sick, if you have a little bit of symptoms, get tested. Think about your family. For myself, I had my first vaccine, so my symptoms weren't as bad. Some of my co-workers I know who got COVID, they experienced a really difficult time in isolation. They didn't have their vaccines done, and that's what they regret the most. They thought about their family, who they could have given it to, and just if you need help, ask your doctors, ask your family, but yeah, get vaccinated.